Hey buddy, Crow back again, and we're back with Pinball FX, which is still in early access. The official release date, I'm assuming, is sometime this summer when it gets released on all the other platforms as well. And I've been wanting to do a follow-up Pinball FX video since my last one well over a month ago. I just wasn't sure how to approach it, and I figured the best way to do that would be just to jump in the game and I'll point out certain things that are, well, different since the last time, or other things that I just didn't notice last time. Now, I'd briefly considered making videos for each of the new tables that is in Pinball FX, and I think there's like 6 of them right now, but I didn't think it was a good idea to do whole videos on tables for a game that is still in early access. So exactly what I want to look at in this video is I'm just going to kind of scroll through the options, point out different things, and there are things that are different, and there are some improvements in some areas that I'll point out. But I'll also kind of jump into those brand new tables to just give you kind of my initial impressions on those tables. I have played all of them except for one at this point. I haven't played World War Z yet, but I'll just kind of jump into those one at a time and just keep it brief. But let's just jump into this. I'm going to have my, oh, you know what? I don't even have my controller plugged in. Hang on. All right, all plugged in now. Hit the button. I'm going to have the frame rate counter in the upper corner there constantly running. Just because I've always been curious, like jumping back and forth between ray tracing on and ray tracing off, just to see what the performance hit is with ray tracing on. And I gotta say that it has improved definitely throughout the updates to the point to where I can actually play it with ray tracing on, because there's not really that flipper delay that there used to be. Now granted, some tables act better than others. I think the Sky Pirates one works really good with ray tracing on, whereas other ones still kind of feel a little laggy. All right, at this point, I thought it'd be nice to have a visual example of what it looks like side by side to have RTX off and on. Now, the static image of the Getaway is actually split 50-50, with the left side being with RTX off and the right side being with RTX on. And at first glance, it actually looks like there's really no difference at all. But what I'm going to do is move the line back and forth so we can see, you know, RTX off, RTX on, RTX off, RTX on. And you can kind of see visually what the differences are. So with RTX on, the lighting effects are a little bit more vibrant. You can definitely tell the difference when it goes back and forth. And also, anything that is metal does have a more reflective shine to it. It does look nicer. But you know what? I don't know if it's the kind of thing you're really going to be super immersed into and really notice while you're playing the game. So honestly, I think I take the higher frame rates over the slightly better looking metal and lighting effects with ray tracing on, just because with the higher frame rate, the game is more playable. But I still go back and check with ray tracing on just to see if any improvements have been made in that respect, whether it be visually or performance-wise. I'm going to go to the options here for a second. So you can see I have ray tracing on right now, and yeah, the performance dip is pretty significant. Now, this does improve during the games. It's just during the menu it gets this low. Now, as soon as I turn it off, bam, the frame rate just jumps way up. It should actually go higher and higher and higher. Yeah, about 100. Now, I could regularly get like 140 plus frames per second on any table with ray tracing off. Now, with ray tracing on, it could be anywhere between 50 and 75. This game is still a work in progress, and one of the things they've changed is they put a watermark that says early access in the corner of the screen. That wasn't always there, and I think the reason they did that is just because this isn't the final release of the game. So anybody that has screenshots or videos of this game, that watermark would just be in the video. One of the things they updated is when you do hit the settings button, there's an ID in the corner. Now, the reason they put the ID, this ID in the game, and it's visible in the settings menu, you can give them that ID and they're just able to assign whatever they want to your account. Zen Studios actually gave me World War Z, and they did it in this manner. They asked me for the ID, I gave them the ID, and bam, World War Z was just automatically in my table list. So I think this ID thing that they've put in this game is just a way for them to be able to award people certain tables, or maybe even a discount based on like if you send them proof that you own certain tables. I mean, that's just my guess. Or it could just be a way for them to award free tables. I think there's a lot of things that they could do with this ID system. But seeing as how this is on the Epic Game Store and previous versions of Pinball FX were on Steam, at least on consoles, there was no way for those two things to interact with each other, two completely different accounts. So maybe they could do something with this ID in the corner to be able to keep track of that better. And I wouldn't say it's completely out of the realm of possibility that you wouldn't be able to get those tables that you've already paid for in the past in this version of the game. I haven't looked in the shop in a while. Let's see what's in the shop. Now, I know you can't just buy exactly the number of tickets that you need for certain tables. If you look up here in the corner, I have 37 tickets. Now, no matter what I buy, I'm going to have leftovers unless something goes on a weird sale and something happens to be exactly 37 tickets. Now, they haven't mentioned it, but I have a feeling like they're going to add additional lower tiers, maybe even to the point to where you could buy maybe just one ticket for maybe a dime or 20 cents, I don't know. And that way you could buy exactly as many tickets as you need to. And they've said in a previous pinball show that the whole reason they're doing the ticket system is so that they're able to sell the tables directly from them and not have to go through like the Epic Game Store or even through Steam if it's on that platform, or whatever platform the game's on, whether it be PlayStation or Xbox or Switch or whatever the game winds up on. Just the collectibles. See, I have earned some stuff. I have decorated a room with stuff that I've actually earned. But onto the tables, we're going to jump into a table that I've already pretty familiar with. I've played before. The Getaway, to point out a couple things here. Look, so one of the things I questioned was, what is this score? And basically that is every time you play a game, regardless of what mode it is, that adds into your score here. And for every threshold you meet, you earn one of these collectibles. The downside to that is that, as far as I could tell, there's no achievements. Now, before there was like one main achievement per table. That's not a goal to go for anymore. And it seems like no matter how bad you are at the game, if you play it long enough, you can just unlock all of this stuff eventually. And again, this is if you've actually bought the tables. If you're playing it free, I don't think that your score adds into any of this stuff. But if I click on play, there were all these different game modes. I'll just kind of point out what each of these are really quick. We got the classic mode, which is exactly that, start the game without using powers. Now the arcade mode, it has the power-up system, but the power-up system is pretty different than what it was in Pinball FX3. In Pinball FX3, you had to play the challenges in order to earn the ability to use the power-ups. And then the more you use those power-ups, the more they increased in power. So again, like with this now, I think you could actually just choose the power-ups right from the beginning. You've only got the slow motion and the score boost here. You've got the distance bonus. I guess you could choose two of these. Two out of how many? So there's only 3 of them to choose from now at the time. You got distance, multi-ball, and bumper. Now, there was like 3 active ones in the past and 6 passive ones in Pinball FX3. I'm not 100% sure which ones are missing. I think there was the skill shot one is missing for sure. Reverse is missing. Is that something they may add in later, or is that something that they've just taken out of the game completely because they don't want people using the reverse power-up? Now, I haven't played these, but hot seat and practice. Oh, practice. Start a practice game with 1 hour of unlimited balls. So that speaks for itself, but I haven't actually played this. So now the challenges are a bit different. Now there's 4 challenges instead of 3. You got distance, which I think is the new challenge. There wasn't one for distance before. And then time, the timed amount one, I think it's still 5 minutes. The 1 ball challenge, yes. And then the flips. This one's interesting because you play up until a certain number of flips and then the game is over. Now, the thing that's different with all these challenges is you had to earn like a certain number of levels, and each levels was determined by score thresholds. So like you had to get level 5 or greater in order to unlock a power-up, that kind of thing. And then there was a maximum of 15 levels. Now, what I used to do was I used to go in and try to get every single challenge up to 15. But they don't do that anymore. Now it's just solely leaderboards. I'm just going to jump into the 200 flip challenge to kind of show you. Before I forget, the other thing I wanted to mention is that every time I start a new game, it seems random whether or not the enhancements start on or off. Like, I'll always turn the enhancements off, and then sometimes I'll jump back in the game. The enhancements will be on still. Sometimes it even changes the camera angle that I'm using. I just set the camera, came back out, and the enhancements came back on. I don't know why it would do that. You know what? I wonder if I can set the DMD a little bit better. 66 frames per second with ray tracing on. Now with ray tracing off, the frames per second has jumped all the way up to like almost 144 frames a second. I turned the ray tracing on just because I want to see. I'm like, the flippers are way more responsive than they were in the past. Let's see what we could do here. You're probably not going to see the whole game, but this is an interesting challenge. There we go. Now you're making it up there.
Hi there.
And I will say that, yeah, the physics are a bit tougher, I believe, than they were in Pinball FX2, but they also seem a little bit more realistic to me. Oops. I shouldn't be flipping the flippers like that. It makes you really self-conscious about like, oh, damn, I flipped and I didn't even need to. Because that's like a wasted flip. Okay, video mode, okay. I don't think this counts towards your, yeah, it doesn't count towards your flips. Okay, bounce it over. But yeah, I think this is a great challenge because it really, I think this is the kind of challenge that can make you a better player. Because one of the practices of good playing is to not flip the flippers when you don't need to. Come on. There we go, that's up there. Now, I've only used almost half my flips, but I really do like this challenge. Still 43 flips to go. Oh. I could have cycled that through. That would have been really good. There we go. It's another 5 million. Okay, that's it. Oh, 10 million. There we go. There we go. 5 million. 4 left. Oh, video mode again. Okay, this is a good way to get some points. All right, yeah, that was an easy 14 million. 1 left, 1 ball, 1 left. Oh, there it is. But you can see that, oh, look at that. I still have the highest score, 165 million. That was like a month ago. One of the other things that kind of annoys me is that everybody's profile picture is blank. And that's because the Epic Game Store doesn't have avatars for users. So I guess these are placeholders until the Epic Game Store actually lets you put an avatar with your account. We're going to try the distance. It's a single player distance challenge. Aim for the highest score with a limited amount of distance. Okay, so this is the ball travel. I'm going to play this one, but I'm going to play it with the ray tracing off. This distance challenge is actually a pretty good one because it rewards you for not wasting shots. Like if you shoot the ball and you're hitting stuff and nothing's really happening, that's bad. Like me, I'm missing constantly here. Oh, not what I wanted. See, that was waste. Now I wonder what the 100 and the 200 or the 154 that it says right now, or 153. How are they measuring that? What kind of units of measure is that? And plop, and down, and over. There we go. All right, and boom, there he is, multi-ball. Now is the distance going for, is it combining all the balls all together, or is it just picking one to choose a distance from? Come on. Ah! I would love to do that. Come on. There it is. Wow, one loop that really eats up your distance. One left. One last video mode in here. I don't think the ball's gonna even make it back to the flipper. Yep, barely made it out of the eject. Oh, it looks like I unlocked the police car. Oh, I've got the #1 score on this mode too. 125 million. Now, before I jump into new tables, I want to jump to Safecracker. This is the worst one that I've played so far. This is the one that needs the most amount of work on it. A lot of times this the tables will just start up in view 8 instead of whatever view you had last. The sound effects and everything are terrible in this. The audio is lower than the other table, and there's a lot of peaking and scratchiness in the audio. It's worse than it is in Pinball FX3 for some reason.
Until area shut down.
Yeah, there it is. I can hear the cracking now. Yeah. Yeah, I can hear the static. That audio really does need work. Like, why does it sound so bad? Yeah, I picked this one on purpose because I got kind of obsessed with it because there's a bunch of problems with this. But for some reason, this table feels way harder than it should be. Now, granted, I do have the ray tracing on, and my frame per second is dropped all the way to 46. So we'll try this again with ray tracing off. Yeah, we're at like 135 frames per second. So obviously, this is the one this table takes a lot more resources than other tables, apparently.
That was slick. Let's wheel and deal.
Oh, see, that's another thing. I completely forgot about that. This table glitches like that, too. That should not have happened with the ball. This table really does need work. Yeah, static. Okay, if I get higher than a 1, I got it. There we go. Did that actually double my score? I used the score multiplier.
That was special.
Oh, why does it do that? Oh, the only way I could get in is in the cellar, and I don't think I've ever gotten in the cellar in this one so far. Look at that! Perfect shot. Why didn't it go in? Look at that! Come on! Look at that! Why? Alright, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to play the new tables, the ones that haven't been in previous Pinball FX games. There's the Star Wars, the Mandalorian, there's the Star Wars Collectibles table, there's World War Z, and then there are the 3 new Zen originals, Pinball Noir, Sky Pirates, and Curse of the Mummy. I'm going to start out with the Mandalorian. We'll just get started here. We'll see if we can find it. This is one that I hit. It was like really hard to find a camera angle on that I really like, because look at view 2. Look at how much at the top there is like unused space. Look at all that unused space at the top. Okay, they've set up like a real pinball table in a way, because they put the DMD way at the top. But look at how much empty space is on there. The only complaint I really have on this one is just so much empty spot at the top. I don't even know if there's anything worthwhile that happens up there. But the skill shot in this one is pretty interesting, because we'll launch the ball, and you're kind of got the magnet thing, and you just try to load it into the ship, and that's the skill shot. So pretty simple there. Yeah, this table isn't bad at all. Oh, do it again. Oh, nope. It's pretty simple, straightforward. There's really nothing frustrating about this table. Oh, yeah, that's one thing I forgot. I'm going to play this one in with ray tracing off, because this is the one table where you can see a significant difference, because I think there's a glitch, lighting glitch, with the ray tracing off. And since I did really bad here, I'm going to play another game with the ray tracing off. All right, you can kind of see the weird reflection already, but if we get that ship to move, you'll see it. Come on. There we go. Look at that. That is weird. That reflection does not look right on the table at all. And it changed my camera angle. Yeah, I still get those weird reflections even on this angle. There we go. This is the weird thing. It'll start up. We have to hit the button to get that wall going up. If it'll start. Oh, I have to push launch to start. So it'll spin around and around. You go, hit the button when it hits around that point to keep the ball going. Oh, crap. I missed it. There we go. Mode start. See, that's a really cool effect, I think. All right, I'm doing terrible. Let's move on to our next table. For this table, I'm going to mute the music. What's weird, I clicked on mute licensed music and it's not actually turning the music off, so I'm just going to slide that down to 0 for this table. I like the idea of this table, but there's just the majority of the shots you need to make are just really frustrating in this one. So, oh, that's right. Skill shot on this one is very difficult. This one is very difficult all the way around, just to do anything. Because like that shot, you have to hit it so it circles around like almost twice to actually start the multi-ball mode, where you can start to earn the collectibles, but then you have to make a lot of very difficult shots on a timer in order to actually collect them. So that comes around. See, and that's really the only way I know of to feed that flipper. Okay, let's see if we can do it.
Feed the upper flipper and hit the
No, almost. Fall down that channel that I just barely missed. And now it's up at the top there, and there's a flipper all the way in the upper. That flipper way up there. It's impossible to make any sort of shot up there. There's like 3 different paths you can shoot from that, and you can't. I can barely see the ball to begin with.
Save activated.
Like I said, I really like the idea of this table, but the shots are just incredibly difficult and frustrating to make. And to feed that one flipper, it's like there's no way you can shoot it to have a consistent shot up there. And this, it just lets go, and you just kind of have to guess. I don't know if there's any sort of view angle that'll really help in that. And the other thing is, like, if you hit the launch button, it redirects that one shot to the other, one flipper or the other. But I'd like to get multi-ball at least once. The thing I also liked about this one is that apparently, depending on which figures are shown in the playfield there, certain combinations of characters can give you certain bonuses. So if you get it up there, then that'll change a figure, but then you can also kind of choose if you get it up there. So you could change Chewbacca out with one of these other figures.
Time is running out.
We'll choose with Princess Leia, why not? Family reunion. Come on, there you go. See, now there we go. We get multi-ball starting. Those 3 figures come out, and we have to collect them by hitting certain spots. But all of them are difficult, including, and the easiest one is the shot I just made. The other 2, you have to use the upper flipper. There we go. See, I got it. Okay, I got Darth Vader there. Okay. So the other 2, I've got to get the ball all the way to the top there and hit that one shot up there, and I just kind of messed that up anyway, so. Yeah, we're just going to leave it at that for this one. See, I got frustrated enough where I just kept playing this one over and over again until I just earned everything. And those are our Star Wars tables. Let's move down to Zen Originals. We're going to do the one I was most looking forward to. This was like the first one I played, Pinball Noir. Because this was the one that fascinated me the most.
Pinball Noir.
Oh, okay. There's a problem. I had the display
that I was out of work again.
Oh, okay. Maybe I should let him.
My office.
So I do like the display that they've put there, but large is too large, and I have to go in and manually change it for these tables, these 3 tables. So I think that's something that they'll have to fix before release. There we go. That's a lot better. All right, launch to begin. Let's see what camera.
Bullet. The chances are slim, but
we are going to do 2.
Never 0.
All right, the thing that's weird about this skill shot is that when you hold the launch button down, that makes the revolver in the middle rotate. And I guess you just have to keep holding it down until it rotates to a spot that's got the hole.
Player 1.
Yeah, I'm
Don't be
working
so
on
shy. Shoot.
Okay. You have to time it weird. Like, almost. You have to do, like, so you have to hold the button down to, and then, oh, wow. Yeah, that's right. I forgot about that. And then it kind of rotates in the middle there. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's a weird timing kind of thing. You just have to get used to, I think. And again, I got RayTracing on, and this one plays, well, again, I'm getting a little bit less than 60 frames per second, but still this one seems to play a bit different. And I do like that,
Thank you, my love.
I don't know what you would call it, but the image there rotating around, I think that's really cool effect. But yeah, out of the 3 new Zen Originals, this one might be my favorite of the 3.
Ball 2, lock.
And yeah, you have to rotate that thing and
Only
to
one bullet.
lock both
The
balls.
chances are slim,
Ah.
but
There it is.
Someone's
Okay,
tailing
I do
us.
like this. You have to
don't
hit the
worry,
magnets.
Bob. I can fix
Hold
it.
the magnet down to get the ball to accelerate. Then you have to let go to.
They're gaining on us. Go on, faster.
Oh, it's the launch button, I think. Oh yeah, I screwed up.
Can't get this
I
thing
forgot.
going
It was the launch
faster.
button, not the flipper buttons. We'll have to try that
Magnets
again.
ain't active.
Okay, yeah, that would be multi-ball. Here, if it goes up there,
Ball
yes, that's
3,
multi-ball.
locked. Multi-ball.
And then we get our cardboard cutouts. And it disables the flipper over there, up the upper flipper.
Great shot.
Come on. Got him.
Hey, honey, let me give you a hand.
Okay, what am I looking for?
We have a message for you from the
Come on.
boss.
Jackpot.
Jack's the jackpot. That must be the jackpot on the other side
Hey,
that I
honey,
screwed up.
Let me give you a hand.
Oh, I messed up.
Close. But it's very charming that you're concerned.
Okay, here we go. I can do it right this time.
Someone's shadowing us.
Don't worry, dog. I can fix it.
Gaining on us. Go on, faster.
Oh man, I didn't do it right
This thing to go any
again.
faster.
I didn't used to have a problem with this.
Better hurry. Well, everything was.
Well, I
hunky-dory.
didn't get to it, and
Until now.
but there is a mode where you have to like search in the windows up there and shoot back at the sniper. But I never really knew what I was doing in that one. All right, moving on to Curse of the Mummy here. I recently played this one, and my initial thoughts was that I didn't like it, and the more I played, the more I got hooked on it. So I do kind of like this one. We have to. Oh yeah, this one just goes to the top, and we just get our flashovers, flashing rollovers at the top. Like nothing fancy or special about it. Oops. Oh, we did have the right view. The thing I like about this is that the pyramid is actually a ramp. So, boom, there it is. I like that. Then we got these little play fields up there. Yep. And there's a way to get to the other path as well.
Okay. Now let's see what's inside that pyramid.
Okay, yeah, that's right. There's this mini game underneath. You have to hit the button like pretty far before.
They're stealing the souls.
You have to get the alligator to snap because there's quite a delay. But the area which you succeed is pretty big, actually.
These souls want to empower the mummy
8 million.
and more.
And then we get the portal in the pyramid. That's a lock.
Get out of my pyramid world.
We need to reach the next oasis before we run out of water.
That's right. Oasis mode. Not 100% sure. That's the problem with a table like this is there's so many odd colored lights and they're always all flashing. I don't know what I'm supposed to hit for that mode. Oh, screw this. I'm playing this again. Oh, okay. The tomb run. So left jump, right slide. Okay, but you have to do it like right at the edge.
Ouch! Are you all right?
Oh man. Okay.
Now
Well,
we
the
can
bridge is
cross the
complete.
valley.
Get up in there.
No, it's just a mirage.
Ah, this is the first time I've actually used that bridge. So we're moving on to Sky Pirates Treasures of the Clouds. And what's funny is I was getting over 70. You know, I have other things running in the background, I think, which is why my frame rate is just a little bit lower than it would normally be. But it's still playable. So this one, the skill shot, is pretty actually interesting. It reminds me of Tales of the Arabian Nights. It says, you know, hit the top hole. So it's like, depending on where it says to hit it.
Where did you learn to aim?
Well, I don't know. But this one is actually probably the easiest out of all three of those news and originals. It's very forgiving table. It's very easy to start modes. The one mode in particular I'll do again and again and again. It's nice big open area. And the whole theme is like, again, like sky pirates, but they act like regular pirates, just they have airships instead. More of a steampunk thing. And there's a little shop in this table too, except that when it opens up, it's kind of hard to hit.
Hey, where did you find
And occasionally gold pieces will get thrown on the table. And you collect those, and that's what you can use to buy the stuff in the shop.
Can't believe this.
Okay, now we've hit that loop enough times to where we get this shooting gallery. Only 3 of them, but they pop up, you go and shoot. And that's all there is to it. I think you just have to hit a certain number within the time limit. And it just keeps happening. You can see that, oh, 7 more, 6 more. Just so long as you keep doing that, the mode just starts again and again and again.
What is that, monkey?
Top hole. Okay, there it is.
Oi, the lane is flashing over there. Hit it. Super skill shot.
Ah, super skill shot. I didn't even know that.
That looks like we'll be getting into an air battle, baby.
Oh, okay, this is what I want. There we go. This is what I want to... The air battle's kind of cool, because you control the one ship and you fire, and then there's like a reload time. Eh, this could be kind of difficult, though. Oh, man, I hit him. What a distance. Damn, okay, that was close. Ah, I got him. Okay, cool. 1 left. And there's a timer countdown. Bam! What a shot. This mini game is pretty cool, I gotta admit. So, no, I do like this table. Alright, last one. We'll do this really quick. I don't have that much more time left. But World War Z, and I haven't played this one yet, so we'll see this one for the first time here. Never seen the movie. FPS might be really low on this one. Oh, wait, need to... Okay, well, let's... There we go, let's do that view. Oh, damn, I was not expecting the ball to... Yeah, I think after the first ball, I will change it to ray tracing off. Ooh. It's kind of weird with those hands coming out of the slings like that. Let us change it to ray tracing off. And we're getting... Oh. Wow, the... Unless there's something else going on my computer that's causing the frame rate to dip. Which I wouldn't be surprised, but this does play a lot smoother. In fact, for the most part, I think I'd be better off playing regularly with the ray tracing off. It's just always interesting to see what it looks like and if they're making any sort of improvements with the ray tracing on.
Silence. Good so far.
Reloading.
Where's all the money coming from?
You're good to go. All right.
There's the skill shot.
Door open. Bring it in.
Okay.
Everybody good? Let's move.
I do like that ramp. You have to hit the things to open the door.
We gotta shut him up.
I don't really know. Shoot the drop target. What drop? Oh, I see it. There it is. I got
The
it.
screamer.
There it is. Oh, okay. So it's a multi-ball lock. Oh, come on.
Come on. Follow me. I've got eyes on a screamer.
Oh, I see. That was... Where is it? Oh, there it is. I missed it.
I'm boxed in.
Oh, interesting. Oh, man. Chainsaw. I wanted to see the chainsaw. Gas bag mode started, huh?
Moving in.
Okay, that's interesting. That's pretty... Ah, there. Oh, do I have to hit him, I guess? So he just wanders around while I get the ball at him?
Looks like the gas does nothing to the Z.
Watch for the cloud. Watch for the cloud.
How many times do I have to hit this guy?
Looks like the gas does nothing to the Zeke.
Okay, it looks like every time I hit him, it's like 5% health, maybe.
Watch for the cloud.
Oh, the ball actually slowed down because of the cloud. Interesting. Oh, that's bad. Okay, that's hurting the guys. I thought it was just something they were saying, but no, I literally do have to watch out for the cloud.
Looks like the gas does nothing to the Zeke. Over here. Look.
How
Watch for the cloud.
close is he?
Pop the gas bag. This'll work.
Got him. This one is fun.
They're coming from everywhere.
It just seems like it really takes a while for it to, like, you have to hit things an awful lot in order to get things to happen. Even when the zombie came out, it's like I had to hit him, only 5% every time I hit him? This seems a bit excessive. Not only that, but the ball seems to love to go towards the outlanes, like a lot. Like even from ejecting from certain areas. So, I don't know, again, this is still early access, this table's brand new. You know, one of the reasons why I don't want to actually do like a regular video on this is because I know this is going to get updated in the future. And I hate it when I make a video on something and then it gets updated and then the video's kind of obsolete in a way, or at least has some misinformation. Anyway, I think I've covered pretty much everything I wanted to cover. I will do these videos like every so often, I think, on Pinball FX until it's actually released. If there's something worthwhile, I'll try to do a video on it and just kind of do it maybe the same way I'm doing this. So, leave it at that. Thanks for watching. See you all next time. Bye.